Hey y'all, it's November the 27th, 2018. And I thought I would holler at y'all real quick. I've been slacking a little bit on the video that, people probably expecting out there. Well, not expecting, but, I told them it's coming, and it is coming. Alright. It's gonna take, a little bit of time. I figured while I had the moment, enjoying this beautiful morning. Got a dog here. Got a dog right there. We're just enjoying the morning, and I thought I would share something with y'all. For those who are interested, y'all, I can't speak for all over the world, and certainly there's people all over the world who come to this YouTube channel. I appreciate you. I can't speak for all the world. Actually, pretty much I'm just speaking for America. Might have heard of it. Texas is right there in the middle. All right. Talking about America, I want to let you know. And here's the thing. I could have said this maybe a couple of years ago. Even I would have thought of myself as crazy. It wasn't appropriate, although it was appropriate. It's jumping the gun. Y'all, I think it's official to say that the news media is definitely, for certain, the enemy of America. I think that's plainly obvious. Now, there's a lot of people, in fact, most people, I don't think they're realizing it. Or, maybe it's just half the people. I really can't tell. Right? But for certain, on everything that I love, there is no doubt in my mind that the media is the enemy of America, just like Donald Trump said, all right? And it's not because Donald Trump said it that it was true. Like I said, years ago, I could have told you this, but that would have been premature, I think. Today, it's not premature. All right, it's right on time. It's November the 27th, 2018, and there's no chance that it's not the enemy of America. I want to point this out to you. You might have seen him on that television, in particular, talking about a CNN, calling them out. CNN, they stop at nothing, it seems. There is no part of Donald Trump's day that they can't break down and analyze and perhaps sabotage. They take everything that he says, twist it up into some fantastical racist thing or something like that. Meanwhile, clearly, not what's happening. Right? And so I know, because I see people, I visit people and they got TVs in their house. All right? Sometimes we'll have the news on it. Perhaps the local news, maybe it's not CNN. All right? You see that at McDonald's. That's where you see CNN at McDonald's, hotel lobby or something. But anyways, like I was saying, they'll cover things that happen. I want to talk to you about that. All sort of things. You might have heard about this and that. The Alabama mall shooting, for example. How do I know that you heard about that? How do I know? All right? I mean, of course you heard about it. And all the other things, too. They cover certain things, and certainly they don't cover other things, because we both know about things that happen that they don't cover. Somebody's choosing what to cover and what not to cover, right? But whatever they cover, I noticed, especially in this Parkland thing, but all over the place, ubiquitously now, right? All they're doing is slandering people, it seems. all right? And they're utilizing perverts and all sort of disgusting individuals to do it, all right? And it just becomes more and more obvious. You know what I'm talking about, all right? And I love all those people at CNN. That's the thing. What they don't understand is that I do. And it's very concerning what they're doing, all right? For a second, I want y'all to take Donald Trump's name out of the equation. Don't even consider, like, that's for an example, because they won't let it go. Take Donald Trump's name out of the equation. CNN, every waking moment of CNN's collective life, or whatever it is spent trying to sabotage the American president. Alright? And doing nothing but bickering and complaining all day long. Alright? And then, I mean, sometimes people like us, we start to get onto it and we're like, oh man, I think that you're BSing me. I think you're BSing me all over the place. Alright? And you start to notice that they'll say things the wrong way. They'll say certain things over and over. There's a theme to it. All right. So like I said, the enemy of America. All right. CNN does suck. And I just can't even believe that Jim Acosta admitted over and over that people were chanting that. If I worked, like hypothetically, if I worked at CNN and people were chanting at my face that CNN sucks, I pretend like I didn't understand what they were saying. I'd be like, oh, these people out here, they're speaking gibberish. I don't know what I would never have admitted it. But see, he's just an example, all right? And there's all sort of NPCs and whatever you might call them, you know, there's people out there, and for whatever reason, they're getting paid all sort of money to slander people, to basically vilify people all over the place. And you and I are next. I want to assure you, all right? People think, oh, it can't happen to me. No, it will happen to you. Like, for example, Scott Peterson. Just throw him out there. I mean, I have no reason to believe, because I never knew Scott Peterson. I have no reason. I'm not talking about that other one. I'm talking about Deputy Scott Peterson from Parkland. I know there's a previous one. I'm talking about Scott with a 1T, Peterson. And, you know what I'm saying? I have no reason to believe that he's the most cowardly person in all of America. I have no reason to believe this. But the news media just, they won't stop. All right? They taste blood. They get that money. They know blood equals money. All right? And that's their agenda at this point. I think that's very clear pretty much to a lot of people watching this video. But I want to go just a little bit further before we get out of here. I want to suggest to you, because you're here, I want to suggest to you that news articles, which is what these television channels, what they feed off of, that's what fuels them. News items, current events. Oh, this happened over here. Oh, that happened over there. Oh, these people did some stuff over here. That's what, if without those things, news wouldn't be able to lie to you all day. All right? They need a reason. They need something to talk about, to lie about. All right? Anyways, at this point, I can't help but see that news items shouldn't sway your judgment about anything. That's nuts. Alright? That's nuts that it would sway your judgment about anything. That's nuts. Alright? For example, one of the issues that I hear about a lot is gun control. Every time there's a shooting, this and that shooting, people talk about guns, all right? They talk feverishly about them. Maybe certain particular type of guns, like an AR-15, all right? AK-47, They talk about those sort of guns because it's on their mind. They heard a news article that's, all these kids got shot up. All these people got shot up. And it drives them. It's like an emotional thing. It drives us. We are them. And think about it. We're all related. It drives us sometimes. We hear something. Maybe it'll sway our judgment. Should never sway your judgment, I don't think. That's what I'm finding out. There's no way in the world. See, people hear something. They hear the news article. And then they change their opinion. That should never happen. You're living a life. Don't you see people around you? There's a dog right there. All right? I know exactly what... if I pet this dog, I know that it likes it. All right? All sort of things. Your judgment should come from your own life, right? And that's where, the gun control people, that's what they fell off at. That's where any one of us could fall off at. Shouldn't be swayed by this and that. All right? We should just not be swayed by this and that. There's people out there, and they're getting swayed by this and that. We love these people. We love everybody. Those people ain't to be trusted at all. Right? Like I said, things that they're watching on TV, that's kind of the enemy of America. And they kind of just don't give a damn. Right? So, those people aren't to be trusted. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you should love them. I'm just suggesting that you might. Anyway, I want to get out of here. It's November the 27th, y'all. 2018. I'll have that video out pretty dang soon. I'll holler at you.